Olá a todos. É prazer encontrá-los.
A magical world where billions of shrimp off the coast of America are waiting to be discovered and harvested. Shrimp fishing is not only an important part of the seafood industry, of local culture and life, but also an indispensable part to learn about their adventurous journey, think about solutions, and quickly adapt to these growing challenges. Right now, we will follow American fishermen and how they catch billions of shrimp.
Este tesouro de camarões. Os mares ricos em camarões nos efoa.
On the Atlantic coast of the United States, off Maine, New Hampshire, shrimp are mainly found in the waters and Massachusetts. They live on soft, muddy bottoms 1,000 feet deep. In waters about 30 to 1. Shrimp move with seasonal water temperature changes when the waters are coldest. They are only common in inshore waters in late winter and spring. Female shrimp carrying eggs move to shore in late fall. The female crawfish return to offshore waters around February to April after the eggs hatch in the western Gulf of Maine. The average 4.1 pounds of American consumes shrimp each year. Delicious shrimps. But how to catch those In fact, the shrimp you eat at a restaurant comes from many different sources. The way they are caught may vary. Although all are local shrimp, the first type is shrimp caught on small boats using round nets and released into the sea, and can only catch shrimp near the shore, in this case, coastal fishermen or estuary areas. Depending on economic conditions, fishermen will equip appropriate boats, support equipment and fishing tools. Small boat are casting their nets. The fishermen on this small, you can see that the size of the catch will be proportional. The second type is shrimp caught by shrimp trawl nets, to the amount of shrimp they collect. Of course, the number cannot be as large as the large boats. Fishermen have to go by boat for about 3 weeks and catch shrimp at sea. Shrimp is processed on board and quickly frozen in batches. Will include 4 pounds of frozen shrimp, a common portion of shrimp in this form, which are selected by the fishermen by size. They will die or be consumed if these shrimp are not harvested, processed and eaten. But shrimp is an annual and sustainable seafood, a larger fish in the wild, ready for harvest. A new crop of shrimp will grow and be ready. Each year, billions of shrimp are caught off American shores. Fishermen use modern means, such as fishing boats from the Gulf to the white sand beaches of Florida and shrimp trawl nets to harvest. This process not only provides a significant, but also contributes supply of shrimp for the domestic market to the U.S. shrimp export industry around the world. The main feature of this type of fishing is the trawl net, and is pulled behind the fishing boat. A large specialized net sinks to the bottom of the ocean with a wide front, allowing for a wide range of fishing. The shape of the trawl is similar to a flattened cone. The top is attached with a buoy. The bottom of the net is attached with heavy objects, helping the upper part of the net to be raised to catch shrimp, while the net glides gently across the ocean floor to make it easier to catch. The chain pushes the shrimp off the bottom until it reaches the bag. The cone-shaped structure of the trawl forces the shrimp downward. After that, the net is pulled in by the boat's strong workers. The ship's deck, for ease of sorting, shrimp are stocked on and processing, is second only to crab in the United States. Shrimp fishing in importance in the northern regions of the country are the target. Cold water shrimp, while warm water shrimp species are targeted by fishermen Gulf of Mexico. along the southeast Atlantic coast, and that is always impossible. Detecting shrimp on the bottom because they lack bubbles that ultrasound can detect. In some cases, fishermen, many ships have also installed shrimp that had to pull nets blindly and wait for luck. Detection systems. The sensor is tightly attached to the net to help reduce bycatch. The sensor picks up the sound of the shrimp hitting the net. At this time, the screen displays blue water lines and transmits the signal to the cockpit and turns red. Labor shortages and high fuel costs, influx of cheap imports, have made shrimp fishing, some locals say overfishing, less viable proposition. Have also led to a decline in seafood numbers and environmental factors such as climate change to get a good shipment. This makes it even more difficult. More than 2 million pounds of whole head shrimp are harvested annually. The fleet consists of fishing boats or vessels by a fleet of more than 200 boats along the Georgia coast. Licensed shrimp trawlers perform most commercial shrimp harvesting in Georgia. They fished for shrimp from the shore, ranging from 55 feet to 75 feet in length, as far as 8 miles offshore. When American fishermen go out to catch shrimp, they are for a journey lasting several weeks. They often have to prepare weeks at sea. The boats pulled up to 4 lines at the ends of the nets, otter trawl nets, with the wooden door acts as a path up to 55 feet long. The normal trawling speed of these boats to drag and drop the net underwater is 2 knots, or less than 3 miles per hour. Are used at night to attract shrimp, typically blue or yellow lights. This is a very popular tool for catching shrimp and aid visibility. Pulling nets is wet, muddy, and tiring work if you can harvest a good batch of shrimp. But it is also an attractive job for shrimp to develop into one of the world's most popular foods, and the internal combustion engine required the simultaneous development of otter nets. Just a small team of fishermen can quickly lift heavy nets onto the ship and unload them. Fishermen can now explore new fishing grounds. Besides, fishermen can deploy trawl nets thanks to the development of technology in deeper waters offshore. Today, fishermen are extremely concerned, and even in icy areas, about maintaining the environment and shrimp fisheries because their livelihood depends on it. Bycatch is also a particular concern, allowing large fish to exit through the opening. Fishermen use equipment that creates a hole in the net, holes also open and allows. Besides the small hole, for 25 minutes, giant nets will be lowered to a depth of more fish to swim out of the net. 6 hours later, it was time to pull the net. 300 to 500 meters. Everyone focuses on doing their job well, the moment all fishermen have been waiting for, because even a small mistake can put them in danger. Collecting 4 tons of shrimp, the boat compartment began to be filled. Each trawl is 6 hours apart, of 32 tons of shrimp. And each day this boat will catch a total. After being brought on board, the shrimp will be initially treated. This is usually done by placing the shrimp in tanks to remove algae and other impurities containing filtered water. After being cleaned, shrimp will be stored in large tanks on the ship to remove impurities. To ensure shrimp is kept cold and fresh, some fishermen choose to boil them before preserving them. Fishermen often use refrigeration systems with temperatures or ice to maintain appropriate. The shrimp will be processed and prepared for market. Shrimp can be packaged in ice boxes when the ship has harvested enough shrimp and returned to port to maintain quality and freshness during transportation. And shrimp processing factories. From there, they will be distributed to domestic and international markets through marketing and distribution channels. Once prepared, shrimp will be transported to seaports. The boat sets sail in the morning. It returned at sunset when the boat was loaded with shrimp. The life of shrimp fishermen goes on like that. They strive to bring economic value and development every day to this seafood industry. Hello, my friends. Will become the starting point for today's adventure. The ponds located between the rice fields and the small river. Right now, we'll learn how farmers raise and produce billions of shrimp. Farmers here not only farm, they also raise aquaculture, turning small shrimp into a huge source of income in an industry worth $68.4 billion. Of these, about 75% of farmed shrimp is produced in Asia. Farmed shrimp accounts for 55% of global shrimp production. Most take place in China, followed by Thailand, Indonesia, India, and Vietnam. In these developing countries, shrimp farming has generated significant income into a global industry. Shrimp farming has changed from traditional small-scale enterprises. Technological advances have led to farmers to have a bumper crop, raising shrimp at increasingly higher densities. Female shrimp lay 150 to the top factor is shrimp seed, 500 eggs at a time, to increase survival rates before being transported to the farm. After hatching, shrimp larvae are usually incubated for about 15 to 21 days. Of course, the life cycle of shrimp takes place under conditions that are completely controlled by farmers. To effectively raise shrimp intensively, farmers must accelerate the growth rate and control the farming process so that the shrimp are uniform in size. At the livestock farm, before welcoming a new batch of baby shrimp, farmers will treat the pH level in the pond. Each pond has an oxygen generator and plastic pipes placed underneath the roof bottom lining to absorb water and release air from the pond, soybean meal, and other supplements. Shrimp are fed a high-protein diet, often provided in pellet form consisting of fish meal. The feeding schedule is adjusted according to the growth rate of the shrimp. If grown well, mature shrimp can be 5 to 8 inches long. With this intensive farming method, shrimp reach a weight of 40 shrimp ib after 80 days. Tiny shrimp are raised in vast shrimp ponds with a productivity of 55 tons per pond. They go through a magical development journey. These farmers create a sustainable production chain with a flexible combination of traditional experience and modern technology, contributing to the welfare and development of the community. Every day, the work of shrimp farmers starts early in the morning. They regularly check the pond situation to know the status of the shrimp. During the harvest season, everything will be much more difficult. Sometimes, shrimp harvesting will take place at night like this. Their goal is to get all the shrimp ashore as quickly as possible, because only then can they ensure quality, then transport them to the processing facility immediately and bring consumers the freshest shrimp. They will go around the pond area to spread food. This farmer is feeding shrimp using traditional methods. This way, they ensure that 95% of the food this farm is more invested can be delivered to all the shrimp in the pond. However, regardless of the size of the shrimp farm, feeding is done using automatic feed dispensers. Feed costs still account for 50% to 70% of production costs. Shrimp farmers will rely on dissolved oxygen, pH, ammonia, water color, and water odor as indicators when water conditions in ponds deteriorate due to leftover food and shrimp excreta to evaluate the water quality of the pond. Periodic water treatment is carried out with disinfectants in the morning. Farmers will treat the water in the pond to prevent disease. After 6 hours, farmers continue to add probiotics to the pond. Shrimp are raised from the immature stage to marketable size to create conditions for beneficial bacteria to proliferate in the pond environment. In grow-out ponds, and most farms produce 1 to 2 harvests per year. The time to harvest shrimp depends on the condition of shrimp in the pond and the market price. Therefore, before harvesting, farmers will take samples by casting nets in different areas of the pond. Typically, shrimp are harvested when they are about 3 to 6 months old to determine their average body weight and general condition. At this farm, the pond will be drained. Small farms harvest by hand using nets or by using traps. And then the shrimp will be collected in nets. As the men drag the nets to shore, filled with ice, the shrimp were placed in plastic barrels. This is a way of cold preservation, and at the same time causes the shrimp to face a slow death. Shrimp must be frozen and transported in less than 10 hours after harvest to cold storage or processing plants. Typically, while farmers arrange harvesting, this depends on the location, but in most cases, factories arrange transportation. Crates of shrimp are transported by truck. Once at the processing plant, workers use antioxidant products to prevent melanin formation at this stage. After the shrimp are washed, they are evaluated for color and quality, and then classified like this. The shrimp can then be processed further, cutting or pre-cooking, by peeling, deheading, devining. Once processed in this way and frozen, they are packaged in bags and boxes at the packaging plant, ready for export. All processing must be done very quickly. From the time the shrimp are removed from the cold washing tank in the receiving area, with a maximum time target of 4 minutes until the time they are put into the freezer. You see, during the shrimp harvest, farmers try to cool the shrimp as quickly as possible. If the temperature of the shrimp increases during processing at the packing plant because it is too warm there. But all these efforts will be wasted. Therefore, during processing, workers must maintain the temperature of shrimp below 3 degrees Celsius. Employees working in packaging plants must wear appropriate clothing to keep warm in the factory, while maintaining good hygiene. Wash the shrimp. Here, the receiving tank, the inspection conveyor is designed and removes soft and damaged products and equipped with equipment to check before feeding a new batch of shrimp to the sorting machine and classifying the size of shrimp. The sorting machine is responsible for monitoring. This is the last opportunity to remove unsuitable shrimp or foreign material before the packaging process begins. Frozen shrimp is very fragile. Therefore, improper handling of these frozen products often causes broken shrimp. All packaging steps must be done gently and carefully, including shipping arrangements to avoid damage to shrimp quality. Because they can produce 3 shrimp crops per year, nearly doubling compared to traditional farming models. Recently, high-tech shrimp farming models are popular with farmers. High-tech shrimp farming helps manage shrimp farming water quality. At the same time, the environment is protected because wastewater is thoroughly treated and reduce the risk of diseases caused by weather. The death rate of shrimp in high-tech shrimp farming. The shrimp industry is focusing on investing in developing a closed shrimp farming system is significantly lower than in traditional farming models. From production to sales, to reduce production costs and improve shrimp quality. Shrimp farmers have come together to form cooperatives to raise shrimp on a large scale. quality shrimp seeds, feed, and shrimp farming materials. These cooperatives are provided with these shrimp farming systems combined with closed production lines while ensuring sales output for these cooperatives bring outstanding economic efficiency. Challenges such as diseases, besides benefits, are also the top concerns of farmers. And fluctuating shrimp prices in the market, this makes it necessary for farmers to continuously monitor and analyze situations while ensuring sales output for these cooperatives bring outstanding economic efficiency. These shrimp farming systems, combined with closed production lines, challenges such as diseases, besides benefits, for farmers to continuously monitor and analyze situations are also the top concerns of farmers. And fluctuating shrimp prices in the market
garantindo uma produção estável.